Hello, the YouTubes. So I am on my way back to Whiterun. I've just done some fishing. In fact, we'll catch a fish just whilst we start up here. And I thought, why not discuss something that has been on my mind? And that is AI and the use of technology in the workplace. Let's get this one. A helmet? Nah. We're gonna have to get an actual fish. So, AI has become obviously prolific, as we all know. And the issue that I have is it's got quite a few different roads that I'll go down, but there's a mud crab over there. But mainly the issue that I have is that people see it as this thing that needs to be implemented into the workplace, and it's definitely 100% going to take everybody's jobs. And I think that's a bunch of bollocks. I just need to say that right now. It's okay. You know, it's another step in mankind's relentless pursuit of making ourselves obsolete and replacing us and other people with technology. But is it really that? I don't know if I can say that it is. And the reason for that is because when I think of technology and the advancements that we make, it's almost inevitable. There's no point trying to act like it's not going to happen. You know, the leaps that we've had, thinking back to mobile phones when we had Nokia and stuff like that, you know, Game Boy, analog technology, and all the advancements that were made. We leapfrogged to plasma, widescreen, you know, flip phones, and then leapfrogged again to touchscreen technology, and then Apple dominate the market. And it's just inevitable. It's just this inevitable non-stop march of progress that's being made. And AI is now just the latest version of that, in my opinion. And it's, you know, I feel like grifters like to call it tech. Oh, it's this remarkable tech that everybody needs. You know, streamers should use this tech. I'm not naming no names. Oh, by the way, the flora. I can already see how good the flora looks with this this mod. I've just installed a flora mod. Wow. Okay. Yeah, mods do change things. Yeah, and yeah, buy this AI thing. You know, AI is so good. Put AI in your Twitch chat. AI. Use AI to solve, you know, all the problems of your life. Make it your girlfriend. Make it your, you know, psychologist, psychotherapist. Like, it's just does the fucking same thing that Google does. It's just a Google with bells on, you know? All it's doing is pulling information from the internet that's already there, from sources like Reddit or Google or forums, and then it's mashing it all together, and then it's put, you know, the code that's in AI is smashing it all together and filtering it out in a way that replicates the way that humans talk. And don't get me wrong, it's because, you know, when you see it do that in the way that it does it, sometimes you're like, wow, okay, it's crazy that, you know, this is conversational. You know, you could hold a conversation, but you need to understand and you need to remember that You're putting that in. The input is from you. And whatever you put into AI is what shapes the output. That's literally the same as a search engine. You know, it's just a search engine with a few more steps involved. It's basically, as you know, I mean, obviously a search engine takes you to to the specific thing that you're looking for. And this is really remarkable in that it will generate stuff and feed stuff back and try and sort of shape stuff in a constructive way. That's what it's designed to do, is to make it more constructive for you. Which, yeah, you know, good stuff. It's cool that we've got, oh, this is a fishing rod. You know, it's cool that we're at this point with technology. You know, I think that there is also a lot of, what's that thing where people are like, the current thing, they'll just hate the current thing. The lady who played Hermione Granger got a lot of backfire for it. You know, I support the current thing, and I think the current thing is, AI's so, you know, so bad. It generates a huge amount of slop, content, and you know, people are just eating that up. People are just eating that up on Instagram, and you know, they think it's funny. They think that it can make them laugh, and somehow it's capable of that. I've seen some examples where it's like, oh, that's a bit strange, you know, that's a bit funny how it's done that, but it always comes back to recognition of what it is, recognition of what it's doing, and recognition of what it fucking can't do. And it can't do a lot. It's, in my opinion, soulless. It has hallucinations. Workplaces have already seen intense backfire from using AI in the workplace and trying to replace human beings with AI, because it has these hallucinations, and it's been proven that, you know, research is now showing that it is hallucinating and making up a large percent, a significant, I can't remember the exact stats, I'll maybe find them and put them on screen, but it is making shit up at an alarming rate. It's like 3 or 1% or 10% or something like that of everything that it generates is just made up. So implementing it in the medical field can have catastrophic results. Well, no shit. A surgeon is trained to do things perfectly every single time. You know, there are procedures in place for a reason. Doctors are trained to be able to spot the nuance in medicine so they can make sure that they don't fuck up and give someone the wrong prescription or something like that. And what AI cannot do is it cannot detect human inflections. It can't, as good as it might be at the moment, it's not 100% accurate, or even close, in my opinion, to being 100% accurate in figuring out these emotional cues, these subtle cues, because humans, a lot of what humans communicate to each other is non-verbal. A lot of it is in body language. A lot of it is in the way that we move our faces, the way that we shape and contort our faces. And these hallucinations are another side of it, you know, where the AI will replicate like the sound of a moving chair, almost making it feel like it's haunted. Or it will, you know, ask questions in a way that make it seem sentient. but it's just fucking code. It's just zeros and ones. And I can't remember who it was, but there was a doctor, or he might have been actually a professor, who said that it doesn't know why can it not become sentient, and it's because the rules that it follows, it does not know that those rules are true. It cannot know that the rules are true. It just computes. It simply computes. On top of this, what else is grinding my gears is supermarkets and the way that they've replaced, all these jobs where, you'll go into a supermarket now and there'll be 2 tills at the end. And there's now, 20 to 30 of these automated tills. And each time you go to an automated till, you have to, if you've brought your own bags, you have to get the bag weighed. And then someone who works there has to scurry over and press a button. So you've got to wait for them to press a button. And then you scan all the stuff yourself. So you're doing all the work yourself there with the old scanny bob. And then you press a button, and then the screen asks you to scan your club card or whatever it might be, and you scan that, and then you get, here's a fraction of a percent towards you getting some, like a $5 that you can use in this supermarket. Isn't that fantastic? And then the screen will say lovely to see you, so it's more looking at screens, more not having human interaction. This verges into the loneliness epidemic in terms of topic, but I'm going to try and remain on topic as we approach Whiterun here. When I'm in Whiterun, I have a bunch of stuff to check out, because I'm going to check out the immersive armors and some other stuff. But yeah, I've got a very minimal amount of mods installed right now, but yeah, I can already see a difference, especially with this flora. Very nice. So yeah, I think that human interaction, it's a part of our nature. I mean, what are people thinking? What are corporations thinking when they, lay... the boycotts are fantastic. Keep those coming, I would say. What's the point of any of that if there aren't people? If people are all of a sudden going to become reliant on this universal basic income is what Elon Musk wants to happen. For us to have a universal basic income for everybody. My problem with that is that how is anyone then motivated? Like, you got people who basically fuck around with the system in terms of, the benefit system that, never mind a universal basic credit system. Give everybody the opportunity to just fucking do nothing. And the approach to that is supposed to be, oh, well, it'll allow people to go towards their, natural... Explore the things in life, like, more creatively, I guess, would be the outlet to that. But it's yin and yang, man. Like, we created money based on a barter system. I give you this goat, and you give me, that copper, for example. Like, there are ecosystems throughout everything. Right. Yeah, I'm doing good, mate. I'm just chatting about AI. ecosystems throughout everything, and everything is an ecosystem in itself. You know, ecosystems within ecosystems. Think about the ocean. Think about things like that. Think about space. And
I spend a lot
you'll
of time
find
at
it.
the market stall so I can
Oh,
learn
do
the
you
merchant's
now?
trade. I need more experience if I'm going to run an inn someday.
She needs more experience if she's going to run an inn. And I just think, how is it possible? I'm not saying, oh yeah, 100%. It's definitely not possible. It can't happen. You know, universal basic income is this far-flung thing that will never work, because I think I can see Musk's logic to it. But what's it built on? What's society built on? Trade, commerce, barter. You know, people selling things to each other. And I just don't see it. I just don't see a society that will work based on everything, every single last thing. You know, every job being replaced by a computer screen. Every, you know, psychologists replaced by AI. Girlfriends. You know, that's part of the loneliness epidemic. Maybe my next video needs to be on the loneliness epidemic. I've been reading up on that, listening up on that, not reading up on it. But there are some other things I've been reading up on, and there's some other stuff that, yeah, I think would be good to have on these chats. I'm going to go and check out some different torches as well for my next few videos that I'm going to make to sort of be able to walk through the night with torch bug lamps and things like that. So that's something to look forward to. So yeah, just a little rant there about AI, computers. I think we need each other. I don't think. Research proves this. We need to touch grass, man. We all need to go outside and touch grass and go and, you know, do some classes. And I've been trying to throw myself into more of that. Join a gym. Go for a swim. You know. I tell you what, going for a swim and just putting your phone in the locker and not having a piece of technology with you for just that hour that you're in the swimming pool. Oh, my days. It's the most cleansing thing you can do for your aura and for your, you know, for your being. It's fantastic and wonderful. But yes, I have rambled on for far too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the thing. Pop some videos up on either side there. Twitch will be in the description. And what are your thoughts? If you have any thoughts on this, let me know in the comments. Do you like AI? Do you think it's great? Do you think it should take people's jobs? Do you think it can or is capable of doing that? Because I don't. I doubt it. And yeah, if you want to join in on this, see some more content, I've actually just bursting with ideas for this new venture of mine in Skyrim. So yeah, I'm just going to keep writing my ideas down and just keep going with it. So yeah, thank you all